asked to say a few words of Torah for those of you who are away and listening to us. So I'd like to share with you a simple but very deep idea that appears towards the end of this week's Parashat. We read about the story of the first meeting between Yitzchak and Rivka, which is actually the first shidduch that was done by Eliezer. And when we see how the Torah described this meeting, it's something that we should think deeply, because it gives us an idea about good or bad relationship that should be between husband and wives. Because when we look furthermore about their lives of Yitzchak and Rivka, says the Netziv, Bivolozhin, the first Rosh Yeshiva of the Volozhin, he says that their relationship were very different between the relationship of Abraham and Sarah. When Sarah disagreed with Abraham, she told him, and Yitzchak, when Rivka disagreed with him, she said nothing. She did some kind of something behind his back by sending Yaakov to get this, and she doesn't say anything. Rachel, when she's not happy with what Yaakov is doing, she speaks to him. But Rivka, it's a very weird relationship. Is this the relationship that should be between husband and wife, that they cannot speak? Even when Rivka is pregnant and she feels something terrible, next week's Parsha, she's going to Shem and Ever to ask what's going on. She doesn't speak to her husband. And according to some of our commentaries, she doesn't tell him what Shem and Ever told them on behalf of Hashem. Why is it so? Point the Netziv, a very deep point, and he says as follows. The first meaning that appears in this week's Parsha, when Rivka sees Yitzchak, she falls off the camel. She sees Yitzchak with all his glory, from his level of spirituality, when he comes from Lasuach Basadeh, where Chazal explained that he was davening there, and she sees him and she is shocked. She falls off the camel, meaning, at this point, says the Netziv, there is a gap between her and him. She looks at him from down to up. He is, for her, someone who's from above, someone who's holy, someone who's very far away from her. And therefore, says the Netziv, later on, even when she thinks that he is wrong, she can't come and speak to him and tell him, my dear husband, Yitzchak, you're wrong. That's not the way. Esav, it's not the son that you should push. You should stop him. You should direct him. You should redirect him. She cannot speak to him because she's afraid of him. Not afraid because he was bad, but afraid because he was so holy, and she came from the house of Lavan. Says the Netziv, good relationship between husband and wife is when they feel the same level, when they grow together, and not when someone feels that someone else is much above, away from him, and he can't even say a word. I think, for us, it's a big lesson of how to build a serious house when husband and wife speak one to another, definitely for their kids' education, and hopefully we'll have, like Yaakov Avinu, 12 tribes that all goes in Derech Hashem. Shabbat Shalom.